procrastinating and all that, you are going to forget most of the things like that you did.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
please make time. Let's do the prepping, and then we will be good to go. And it's not too
Oh,
difficult to write in class. In Jesus' name,
okay.
amen.
Thanks so
Okay,
much.
so
Yes.
we will be zooming into the program pretty shortly, but just give us the next 2 minutes and then we will continue. So whilst we wait for our first speaker, I think let's do some more interactions. I can see more people joining in. Should I still go in for the females? Okay, so I can see Samuela. Samuel Ofori. Samuel, please, we want to get to know you and the reason why you are joining us this afternoon. So please, let's get to know you. Ella, can you hear me? Okay, other than that, then let me go to William. William, please, we want to get to know you.
All right.
And yeah,
All right. All
so
right.
please.
All right. Okay. So my name is William Datumo, the CEO for Dasco Transport. It's a new startup, a taxi transportation company. So I heard about
going to start with Dr. Nketia. And so Dr. Nketia is a chartered management consultant and currently serves as the head of administration at the Ghana Communications Technology University, that is GCTU. He brings extensive practical experience in management, organizational leadership, and institutional administration. And so, ladies and gentlemen, both here and online, without wasting much time, I would want us to invite or welcome Dr. Mark Ofori Nketia to set the tone rolling. Thank you very much, Dr. Nketia. Please, your audience.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm also grateful. I'm also honored to come and stand in front of, my colleagues, the people, hearing, how do you call it, the introduction at the back. I know that you are already a group of people with all the field expertise. Because Mark has already done the introductions, I wouldn't spend time to redo another introduction. So what we do is that if you want to do a submission or you want to ask a question, you can just mention your name before you do those submissions. Okay, so today we are looking at the value-driven manager. Performance and growth. So we are all part of management, whether you are part of the board of directors, whether you are part of the executives, whether you are a supervisor, even if you are the cleaner, you still have something to manage. So it's very important that we look at this aspect, how we can drive value within our managerial role. So today we'll be looking at getting an understanding of value-driven leadership and trying to distinguish it from the traditional form of management, build organizational cultures that drive innovation and psychological safety, and also align strategy, people, and execution for performance excellence. We would also look at developing sustainable growth strategies in uncertain environments and to create a personal 90-day action plan for value creation. So what it means is that by the time you leave here, you should have something tangible that will be taken away. And that is how to create an action plan that will help you to create value and be a value-driven person. Okay, so we look at the traditional management and value-driven leadership. This one, before I come into the technicality, I would just like to summarize this in, should I say, a colloquial way. Just like maybe as we were young, your mother sells fruits or washing or something by the roadside. And all you do is that you go to the roadside and support your mother. But now you go to the university, you come out of the university and you want to add value to that business, value to how to manage this business by trying to create some form of a restaurant, by trying to create an online portal, by trying to see how you can satisfy your customers, how you can sustain people in purchasing your products, how you can do delivery easily, how you can even expand the business. In that case, we say that you are a value-driven manager. So looking at the traditional management, traditional management focus on quarterly earnings and efficiency, shareholder privacy and risk aversion and standardization. So that's like please forgive me if I'm in the public sector. We don't have a strict source in the public sector. Okay, where at the end of the year you are supposed to submit a report, or maybe mid-year you are supposed to submit a report for do an appraiser, and it becomes a formality. And in some areas, people do not really keep track of what they are doing, their achievement, their challenges, their targets, KPIs. People do not really keep track of these things. But anytime maybe a request is made that they should submit a report, then now they try to think, what can we say? What can we do? Let's write something to represent something, because if everybody is submitting a report so we don't, we will say we are not ready. So let's start something. So that's about trying to gather something to represent something. And that becomes the traditional way of management. So you are only interested in maybe your earnings and efficiency, shareholder privacy. This has to do on the screen. With this example, we are looking at people who are running a company or a business, whereby they have other shareholders or equity in that business. Now, the value-driven leader or leadership will focus on sustainable value creation for all stakeholders, investment in capabilities and innovation, and calculated experimentation and learning. So basically, the why of the value-driven leadership is looking at not just about what profit did we get in this quarter or what profit did we get now, but trying to create a sustainable value-driven environment. There are businesses or products that are still resistance, and within life, at its lunch, you see a lot of people chasing this product, but in the space of about 5 years, the product is missing out of the market. It's not because there has been a lot of purchases of that product that it has chopped for the market, but it's because there hasn't been a sustainable value creation for all shareholders or stakeholders. And this is what we are looking at. These are some of the things that we want to do and achieve at the end of today's discussion. So we just want to look at the business environment for a while. There are a lot of things that are happening. I mean, yes, you get a slide. Yes. So that yes, you share. Okay, I don't want you to take this. We share the slides with you. Okay, so we look at technological advancement. These are some of the things that are causing a change. Okay, I don't know in your environment, how is technology affecting the work that you do? Anyone? Usually, I want my discussion, my sessions to be interactive because we are all learning. That what is changing by that time and again. Fortunately, I'm that. I also asked child education and technology is taking over time. That the choices when it comes to change and now the studio whereby they take photography and go and watch and what long is very long. It's no more than just through technological advancements as he has enhanced for me. It has enhanced my ability to start from number two
in academia, for instance, technology, and now AI has come to change for instance, when it comes to research. Yes, it's come to enhance research. Mostly, you have to go to the library and read all the libraries in your heart. That library is here. Yes, so it has really affected a lot of things. And that's what they are looking at, automation, data transformation. I taught a program last month, and that was on corporate data responsibility. I took my students through how they can automate some of the things that they do. Because if we get to know the work, if you get to know the work that we do, and how routine some of them are, and some of them to the decisions that we need to take, if they are the logical decisions, if A then B, if C then G, in that way, then we can easily automate some of the things that we need to make life easy for you, but that is another subject altogether. Then we also have stakeholder scrutiny. This stakeholder scrutiny in our part of the world, we are yet to see how it works. I think there have been some civil societies who are mounting pressure on the government has to set up policies or laws for ESG. So ESG has to deal with environmental and sustainable sustainability governance. Elsewhere in the world, there are certain metrics that you need to abide with or achieve. We have to know that you are not just in the business making profits, and that your business is also not affecting the environment or affecting other people. So there are certain standards or ways that you have to do your business to convey such that it's not having a ripple effects on the environment. And that has to do with the stakeholder scrutiny. Climate risk, this I don't know to talk about it. Everybody's in that crack. Yesterday it's raining. This month it has been raining, and we are all experiencing the effects of all these climate changes. So we have changing expectations, geopolitical disruption, and ethical demands. So these are some of the fundamental things that are changing within this world, and which is having a direct or indirect impact on our businesses and how we perform our managerial roles or activity. So we now dive deep into our main subjects. Online, who can tell us what value-driven leadership is? Anyone online, you can just unmute and talk. Just mention your name. You unmute, then you mention your name and you talk. What is value-driven leadership? Briefly. I want to see if you are with us. I can't see you, so I want to hear your voice. Anyone online? Yes, online, please can you hear me? If you can hear my voice, say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear your voice.
So all of you are alive. We thank God. Okay.
Yes, sir. I would like to contribute something.
All right.
Yes, my understanding of value-driven leadership has to do with you as a manager or leader taking into consideration and achieving the KPI set in place whilst maintaining leadership qualities and also engaging stakeholders and not actually just driving productivity, but also the relationship between you and stakeholders and customers. That's what I would say value-driven leadership is. I'm Felix.
Yes, Felix, thank you very much. And that is positive. I like that. So, as Riley said, it's not about just you achieving your KPI or your target, but it's also about making certain decisions that affect or benefit your stakeholders. And as a manager or as a business, some of your stakeholders has to do with your employees, even the people you are working with. They are your first customers. And also your customers that has to do with external clientele. They look at your shareholders, your suppliers, the community, the society. And this is very real and very practical in a sense that we look at Google and we look at engineering and planners. What is happening now? What has been the discussion? Now, people are trying to equate engineering and planners that's taking over the modernized and promising to do an airport, promising to do the routes within 6 months. And they have hit the ground running. Now we are looking at Anglican or Watson mines having to mine the place for decades, with extracting gold in millions and billions. Only God knows, because even the amount of gold they declared, how will you even know that it did? That is the quantity that came from the earth. You get it? Looking at the kind of money they are making and looking at the community, the people there, the other stakeholders within that community, even Ghana as a whole, what is the benefit? What is the value that indeed we are getting from them? Yes, indeed, there are royalties that they are paying. They might be doing some corporate social responsibility, but in terms of managing what they are getting and what we are getting, that's where you see that it is not sustainable. So in this case, we can say that value leadership, driven leadership is poor. And now when the news came with this xenophobic attacks and other things that people are saying that government should not renew their licenses for them, they are now trying to think outside the box by actually asking programs that will help farmers around who have been affected by the mining. Programs that people, the poor and the needy, or other people who own lands can get some monthly income out of the business. So that is value-driven leadership. Looking at what Ibrahim Muhammad is doing, that is value-driven leadership. So these are strategic decisions that we need to create. And let's say this, that the secret is that in any business, if you have your stakeholders attached, your business will thrive long there. Because these are the people sustaining your business. Your business cannot run in isolation. Your customers, your employees, your stakeholders, your suppliers, your community. And because I have a pastor here, I will use even the church as an example. And that is why even in the church will try and do donations to the poor and the needy. The church will try and visit people who are sick, people who are not doing well, because they have their patterns at heart. And that is what we are looking at. So the key characteristics are what we have listed over here, thinking strategically about long-term competitive advantage and acting ethically to hold yourself accountable, and also empower teams and create psychological safety. So psychological safety, let me hit on this one, empowering teams. So this has to do with you empowering the people under you, the people you are working with. If you are a manager and in your absence nothing is working, it doesn't mean you are very good or you are the best. It means you are not empowering your people. It means you are not getting people to work like you. In that case, anytime you are not there, productivity will go low, efficiency will go low, sales will go low. I mean, the drive for the business will go low. So you need to empower the teams and also create an environment that people can speak their mind freely. That is psychological safety. If I belong to a team and I speak my mind, and the next time what I say is being used against me in appraisal, very or even there are assignments or travels, you have to go in the next meeting, you remember you will never want to express your thoughts or your mind again. And that does not help the business environment. So you need to create that environment that will let psychologically people feel safe within the business to share ideas and thoughts. And even if it's not something that is welcoming, for the fact that they have been bold to come out, it's a plus. Yeah. So these are some of the characteristics of someone who has that skills of value-driven leadership. And from research, we know that companies that manage multiple stakeholder value shows 23% higher profitability over 10 years and high employee retention rates. Because if you do all these things, when people are working with you, they feel parts of the business, as if they own parts of the business, and they will give it their all to help the business grow. But if you lack these things and these are not evidence at the right place, then if everybody is people are about their business, we think they are working, they are not working. They are searching on the internet looking for the next job, looking for where there is a vacancy, because they haven't gotten an appointment. That is why they are there. Then next time they get an invite, they are leaving the business. So we look at the stakeholder value and the triple bottom line. So the stakeholder value, I've spoken a lot about that. So I just want to hit on the triple bottom line. And the triple bottom line has to do with the people, the profits, and the planets. These are three key things that you look at. The people. So the people being your prime assets. Your prime assets are not the machines. They are not the enemies. They are the people you are working with. They can make or unmake the business. So their well-being and compensation and other things. There are some managers, they don't really pay the social, the SNP contribution of their staff. And it's not the best. If you are running your own business, see where you want to get to. Start doing these little things to help motivate the people that you are working with. Then profits, of course. Unless you're Father Christmas or an NGO, every business or apart from what I've mentioned, 90% of businesses exist to make what? To make profits. So we also look at these key factors that has to do with financial performance, shareholders' returns, operational efficiency, and growth. There are other key metrics that later on we can get into. Yes. The profits, the cost of the briefs. Let's take change as change. Or is that change is that? Thank you. What is the
how can the targets of the church in existence. The target for it might change, for instance. My target is the transformation of the loans of the people. So that's my prophecy. So whatever I put in, I am expecting that these investments will enable to the transformation of the people. And so there's no company or there is no entity that exists without profits.
So that would take us to where we have the tangible and the intangible profits, okay, or benefits. Then the planets, I made mention of the ESGs, as the environmental sustainability, carbon footprints, climate resilience, and other things. Okay, we are not in the corporate data class. I would have made us doing some simple studies on our data line and see how, if you do use social media alone, how it's affecting the planet. You using a laptop or a computer alone, how it affects the planet. The thing is that we have one data, but does it data or being digital or virtual does not have any effect on our environment? The answer is that it is no. It has a huge effect on the environment. So with ESG, institutions and companies are mandated. In Ghana, I think it's only the mines by law. It's only the mines who are mandated to report from ESG. Other companies are not mandated. We have the multinational companies like MTN and other global companies who also does sign up to some of these ESG laws or bodies and are mandated to submit their ESG reports periodically, whether it's quarterly or annually. It's a mandate that you have to do. In some sectors, if you perform ESG, you can even attract sanctions. And at times, you can even give financial damages that will be given by the government to the company for the company to pay. So the managerial practices, we look at that. If you want to really create value, how the world is going, you have to integrate some of these ESG indicators into your operations. For instance, if we could record in the news, at a point, Europe said that they were not going to buy cocoa from Ghana, or they were going to reduce the amount of cocoa that they purchase from us because we're using children on the farm. And this became a very big issue. I think one journalist, one journalist went to do a certain documentary on how people in the Bono and Western Ashanti were using children to farm on the cocoa farms. And that is because they take these ESG indicators very seriously, in the sense that if you are in business and you do not do well with these metrics, it even affects how people patronize your products, or how people even tend to invest in your business, or even how people even try to give you opportunity or certain platforms to operate. Okay, so we look at the purpose, the ethics, value creation. So online, why does organizations exist beyond making money? Editors online. Why do we think that organization exists beyond making money? We earlier on we look at organizations making profits as one of the key factor of the triple bottom line. And we also realize that there are tangible and intangible profits. Now, we want to know, why do you think organizations exist not just to make money, but something bigger or bigger than just making money? Anyone online? Because that's some news. Yeah, okay. So anyone here can.
Hello.
Okay. All right. So you got that some news.
Hello.
And so, yes, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for the privilege to talk. So I would say that, for instance, when you take organizations like the NGOs, I think one of the things that they focus on is the purpose and the value that they give to people beyond, profits they are going to make, because they'll get donations and all that. So beyond the profits, beyond the donations they are going to get and all that, is the value that's the most important to them, the value and the purpose they are serving to the people. For instance, if you're organizing medical outreaches, and all that, people come around, they get to know their health status, give them medications and all those kind of things. So at the end of the day, seeing the people satisfied, getting to know their health status and all that, it's the purpose that it comes with it that will make you, as maybe a member or a leader of such a group, very satisfied, knowing that you have put smiles on the faces of people. You have provided that kind of value to people where they get to meet their health needs, regardless of being able to afford it. So I think that is one of the there are things that I think groups like organizations like NGOs would be set in place. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I want to comment on that. The reason why companies must go beyond their profits. One reason is that the whole purpose of leadership is to make impact, to make somebody's life better. So if you are a company or an organization, you are in an area where there is no water, and you use part of your profit to provide boreholes to make people get clean water to drink, it means the business you are doing in the environment, the area, you are benefiting, and the people in the neighborhood are also going to benefit. And that is the purpose of leadership. That is why if you are a company, you are thinking about profit, and you are also thinking about how you can impact the people, the stakeholders in your neighborhood.
Okay, that's fantastic. Let's ask this question. Recently, Casa Preco, they released their IPO, and a lot of people were jumping onto it. And I think SpaceX, Tesla, okay, SpaceX also did same. Why do we think business will go ahead and do an IPO? Yes.
Okay. So.
Okay, hold on first. Okay.
Yeah, William.
Yes, William, go ahead.
Okay, so the initial public offer is to give opportunity to the citizens to buy a share in the company. So if the company make any profit, it means you also get a dividend. So that's why they go to public.
Okay, thank you. I have 7 here. Yes, 7. So companies do IPOs, IPOs. It's basically because they've been there for a number of years to show integrity. And then the integrity knows that if you invest in a company, functions, they're going to make them. And then, or the company in turn, that's not its funds to take the business funds, work with them, invest their own funds, and make money on both sides. So for me, that's why I think. Okay, so good. So that is why they offer the IPOs. That is what we all know. But the other side is that they are taking a value-driven leadership strategic decision. And that is to enhance or increase customer retention and customer loyalty. To be a strong brand differentiation. So one of the IPOs on the market, go on TikTok, go on social media, everybody is talking about Cassandra. Like, even if you don't play Cassandra, you feel like associating yourself with the brand. You feel like doing something with that brand. And if you become a shareholder in this business, will you go back and see negative things about that business? You wouldn't. Even you add it to your prayer list that the business should make profits. So you should, yes, small business should make Pastor, I give you. More people should make so that you will get money. So that is the help of some of these sectors. And these are very, very strategic decisions that they will take. So it's not just about you making the money, but it's also about increasing your customer loyalty and trying to differentiate yourself in the markets. Look at Starlink. Trump was fighting with Elon Musk. The first one he even left the White House. But what do we see now? Now, military contracts are going back to Elon Musk here because there is a differentiation. He has done something that you can't do away with him. It becomes like a necessary evil. And that is what we are supposed to do in our businesses. We also look at the ethical leadership. This has to do with integrity, fairness, accountability, transparency, and respect. There are some businesses happening today call for shareholders of meeting. The audience, general meeting. They will even start there, become some. You need these ethics leadership. They will try to publish your financial performance. You can, if you are not a public, I would say public company, well, you can decide to publish it, maybe not going into details, but at least letting your customers or your clients or other stakeholders knowing how the business is being run, how it is doing. All you know, someone is there having some millions of dollars somewhere, not knowing what to do with that money, but seeing you over time and one day thinking like, oh, I think there's a prospect here. Let me go put my money there and let's see how things can turn around. These big giant leaders, they are doing it. Google, Meta, and the rest. They are buying a lot of startups. The thing is that most of the time it is not published. It's public. You can search for them, but it is not well known. But if you are a startup and they see that there's prospects in your business, they do a takeover or they try to do some form of partnership with you. So the foundation, why it matters. When we've spoken a lot about the value-driven and triple bottom line, ethical leadership, purpose-driven, and all these things. Without clarity on purpose, stakeholder, value, and ethical leadership, organizations cannot effectively innovate, drive performance, or achieve sustainability. Now, we come to the other aspect that we say innovation is a leadership capability. Someone went to the workplace and how things were done 10 years ago. Since you joined the company, that is how things are still around. You are not being innovative. And sorry to say, your manager is also not being innovative. Because if there is innovation, you always look at how best turn things around and how best do new things in a better way in order to drive value and profits. So most organizations claim innovation is a priority, yet 70 to 80% of initiatives fail. We really go to the public sector, talk about innovation, you go to Birth and Death Registry. Sorry if you are working there. I just use it as an example. Those are a lot of things. I mean, they'll tell you, oh, why you are working hard and doing well, and why we need their page to increase and other things. But what's innovative them have been? Someone uses like right now from 78 completed scheme, and it's moving, and we are still moving. The person is still comfortable with that. You are a manager, and all you know is Word, Microsoft Word, and Notepad. Even Excel, you say, oh, what's Excel? And I don't like Excel. It's some way. What you need. A time is coming that Excel will become obsolete. Yeah. Excel will become obsolete. And I don't know, maybe even Word might become obsolete because of AI and how technology is driving business. So there is the need for managers to play a certain role in innovation. And most of the time, the barriers has to do with fear of failure and reservation, and bureaucracy and approval processes. Yes, what I'm seeing. Bureaucracy and approval processes. Yes, these things always stifles innovation, especially if you find yourself in an environment that is more bureaucratic. And I mean, even for purchase of water, it has to go through 5 different levels of approval before final approval is given for you to go and purchase water. And if you have any idea about innovation, we try to sit on it. Okay, lack of collaboration and customer understanding. It's also kills innovation, and also limited resources and resistance to change. So for the barriers, I don't want us to concentrate on the barriers, because if we are to list the challenges we are all facing at our workplace, I know we can live here with the 65 goals of the day. So I don't want you to look at the barriers, but rather I want you to concentrate on the role, what you can do to add impact or to make an impact. Okay, celebrating intelligent failures. I like that statement. Celebrating intelligent failures. Who can throw lights on that for us? How do you understand this? Celebrating intelligent failures. Now we look at things for this. Basically, you have people in your thing who are very intelligent, they are ready to work. Some academically, they're very certain. But when you look at this technological aspect of it, it becomes a challenge for them. For now that they are not good, for me, I feel they are training. So they ought to be celebrated and get a training. Okay. All right. Who else? Edward. Yes. I see as people who are innovative, very intelligent, and they might propose a solution to it. We may not work. And then instead of actually appreciating the innovation and you praise them for the innovation, the new idea that instead of then that's yes, exactly. So we need to celebrate failures. You know, Thomas Edison. Yes. How many times did he win? How many times? 999 times. You have the experiment. 999 times. But he never gave up. He said only with he was asked why he tried all these 999 times. He said he has less than
and I think then we stop investing the lending for.
Exactly. And because of that, now you can see lights. There is no sun here, but we have lights here. So when people come up with innovation and it does not succeed, don't kill them. Don't kill their spirits. Don't shame them. Don't disgrace them. I mean, encourage them. Celebrate them. Out of that celebration, other innovative ideas will be what? Will be born. So the psychological safety, I spoke of psychological safety initially. And for the sake of those who join late, who can briefly tell us something about psychological safety online? Online. Anyone?
Can I go on? Yeah, William, can I go on? William. Hello?
Okay. Yes, William. I think William.
All right. So,
William is there and I want to get William.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay, so my understanding of psychological safety is that the employee is in the working, and if he doesn't, he's not afraid to express himself, because if he expresses himself, he will not be sacked. If he has something to some good idea to tell, and it feels they will not laugh at him or mock at him. So when there is an environment like that, that is where we call the psychological safety. So because that psychological safety is in the working environment, everybody will come out to solution to the problems, and that will result in the progress of the company.
Exactly. Exactly so. So that is psychological safety. And from research, we know that it brings about innovation at the rate of ×3, and also reduces errors by 40% and enhances retention by 50%. So in practice, we say that managers need to reward learning, not only success. You need to reward learning, not only success. So when people are doing well, you need to reward them. Don't only wait till they have become successful. That's like how I want director to reward William for being proactive and commenting or contributing to today's discourse. So you also need to have growth mindsets. The capability to this capability can be developed through learning, effort, and feedback. Now, the growth mindset, we have two paradigms. We have the fixed, mindset, and we have the growth mindset. The fixed is that we've always done it this way. I don't know, have you ever been in an environment that you want to do something, someone tells you that is how we do it? Have you ever experienced that? And they said, no, this is how we do it. We've always done it this way. Why are we coming to saying how we do things? Okay. I know of a certain institution that someone, I don't want to be specific, but I'll say a certain manager was employed, and he began to do things certain ways. There's someone in a different department, let's say finance. Then you have someone in procurement or maybe marketing coming to tell you in finance that still that you have been, that's not how we do it. So, me, I have been in this agreement for 25 years. Go and consult the archives, go into the archives and check how we used to do it those times. Can you imagine? This is a fixed mindset. How things were done in the old coach, they still want things to be done in the same way. And the other is that is not my responsibility. So maybe mine is supposed to be in these productions and other things. Let's say there is a challenge, mine is not in maybe William or Iman has to say, no, it's not my responsibility, it's not my role. I really do that. In that case, there isn't teamwork, and there isn't a team play, and that will kill growth. So the growth mindset is what can we learn, and it's good you are on. I want you to clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Oh, online. I didn't even see watching. Please unmute and clap. I want you to clap for yourself. Online. Let's start so much. I'm very good. You all ego. And I'm saying clap for yourself because as you are in this classroom, I can see that you have the mindset of growth. What can we learn? What can we learn? What can we do again? What skill set can I add on? What knowledge can I add on? And that is why I'm saying that clap for yourself. You have done well, and that is a step forward. But you don't need to stay here. You need to move on. You need to move on by signing up to the program and trying to add do what we have been doing. How might we improve? You might be in a retail industry. How can you improve on what you do? You might be selling some food stuff. How can you improve on that? You might be doing some form of supply chain. How can you improve on that? I mean, you are spending a lot on fuel. How can you improve on that? There are a lot of strategies that you can bring on board. And there are innovative and smart supply chain systems that you can even implement to cut down on costs. There are a lot of agile principles and things that you can even roll out in order to increase efficiency and also utilize little resources in doing that business. So anytime you think about these two things, what it means is that you have a growth mindset. And having a growth mindset is the beginning of what greater things. Because if you have the vision to expand, to increase, to get to a certain level, and you don't have that mindset, it becomes difficult for you to move on. So we have the design thinking and the lean innovation. These are 5 stages things for design thinking. 1 has to do with the empathy. 2 is define. 3 is ideate. 4 is prototype. And 5 is the testing stage. So in every environment that you find yourself, every role that you are playing, you can employ or deploy this principle, these 5 design thinking strategy that can be done. Agile management, I just made mention on that. So customer collaboration, rapid iteration, cross-functional teams, continuous improvement over perfection, trying to improve on things. How can we do things new? How can this thing be done in that way? These are some of the things that we have to do in building an innovation culture checklist. So you need to get a checklist of innovation. If you have that mindset of innovation, this can guide you to generate checklists for your institution. So this is just a summary of some of the things that we've made mention of. The balanced scorecard. Yes, the balanced scorecard is very good. And these are some of the strategies that you can use to assess your business or your performance. So characteristics of high performance teams, we said are clear goals and roles, mutual accountability, constructive conflict, high trust, continuous feedback. So these are other principles that we can
use when it comes to improvement and accountability. The Plan A Check Act, okay, known as the PDCA cycle. The PDCA cycle. Later on, we'll go deeper into this. This is us breaking of the iceberg. Okay, so growth challenge, we discuss growth challenge and the answer metrics. This I want to spend a little time here, especially for those who are in the service industry and product industry. So you have 4 quadrants. You have market penetration, you have product development, you have diversification, and you have markets and development as well. Now, these quadrangles gives you, lets you know your opportunities and risks in business. Your opportunities and risks in business. So if you are looking at, how do you call it, market penetration, this means that you already have the products and you want to enter into deeper into markets. Maybe you are doing laundry services, let me put it that way. Market penetration. You have your laundry at the home Blue Junction. How do you penetrate into the market? How do you get a better share of the cake or of clientele? And this is lowest risk because trying to penetrate into the market, the business is already there. You are only finding avenues to reach out to people, avenues for you to be seen. It can be branding. It can be trying to do a lot of ads. It can be trying to do some promotion. It can be trying to open a branch somewhere, maybe on Lagos campus or Accra Technical University campus, or trying to even get closer to a market because you know that a lot of people come to the market, and that will also help the visibility of your company. So penetration is lowest risk, product development is medium, and diversification is where you have the highest risk. So diversification has to do with you doing new things in a different way, trying to enter a new market altogether. Let's say you are running a big business, but now you decided to move into wine, production of wine. That is a new environment altogether. Or you decide to maybe add the sales of vehicles to your bakery business. That is a new niche altogether. And these, we say that new areas, that's the down, new market development diversification are the new areas. But diversification will always have the highest, how do we call it, risk. Good. Yes, Reverend.
Where you look at to be low risk, medium risk, high risk.
Okay. So it's low risk because you are really not losing anything, or you are not losing much. Looking at what you put in and what you don't miss. For instance, as I said, using the laundry as an example, it's about rebranding that I want to do. Just investing money to change the face of the image of the business. If I do that, and so the business, my client base is not increasing, I'm not getting that attraction. It's a low risk compared to trying to go and set up a new business altogether.
And
Diversification. That needs huge resources and capital. And if it fails, I mean, you lose a lot. So in terms of that, when you are using the risk methods, that will surely have a very high risk. So I will end of the 30-60 day implementation roadmap.
the 30-60-day implementation roadmap. And for the next 30 days, you want to do some form of assessment and audits. And these are just all key areas that we want to look at. By trying to audit your current team alignment to strategy, people, process, and metrics. You have KPIs in your company, in your units, or even where you are working. Are there KPIs? Even in the church, at times we set KPIs. We say that 1 show a year or 2 shows a year. And at the end of the year, we want to do review. How many shows did you bring? Who did you bring on board? So you need to set these metrics and you want to audit your team and see that if there is that alignment with these things. Also assess psychological safety levels within your team. Is anybody free to pick up the mind? Or if I the MPK meeting or nobody wanted to talk. It's only the manager so is speaking because Henry is here or because Watcher is here. Then something is wrong with psychological safety. Okay. Look at identify value extraction practices to eliminate and conduct one-on-ones to understand intrinsic motivation. So in the next 30 days, like the next 1 month, we want to do this form of audit. Then by the next 60 days, you are looking at trying to align and implement some of the outcomes or the findings that you get. Trying to create team purpose and behavioral norms, implementing one lead innovation experiment, the PDCA cycle. Because of time, we couldn't go deeper into it. And also transition from fixed to growth mindsets, language, in meetings. What is the language of your people? In meetings, your boardroom, your unit meetings, departmental meetings, faculty meetings, business meetings. What is the language? What is the mindset? You need to look at these things. Then finally, you use the balance scorecard to establish your team performance. And the balance scorecard, there is a way of using the balance scorecard that we'll go into that later on. So by the next 90 days, you are looking at accelerate and measure. You should be able to take off. Okay, so as you take off, you do review of results, you measure changes, you create individual talent development plan, and you share value creation ways with broader organization. If you are able to do these things in the next 90 days, you should see some form of transformation in your business. Know that you are here learning alone, but the implementation of these things requires a team. You cannot do it in isolation. You will have indeed a vision bearer, but you need to work with a team. So whatever vision, whatever knowledge you have, you need to sell that knowledge to them so that you can bring them on board to get these things done. And if it is hard selling that knowledge to them, then ensure that they also sign on to this program, okay, the CMP and all the other programs that we have, so that you can all be at the same level. At this point, if there is any question, anyone has any question, any inputs, please feel free to do so. Any inputs, any question. Okay. Then, there's one. In addition to the contribution you need to set providing something, try some good targets and if your high needs and low needs in sense that your knowledge in the industry also is also that's with the penetration structure. So you have already developed an existing products in the system. So you know the products, you know the target market, and know the characteristics of the people in it. So maybe we start to women. Now, when you want to do the penetration, well, you want to go deeper to segment your customer to be able to know the new language of it. So now you are not going to put your already established relationship with your parents. Okay, so you said well, that's not having for women. You want to go deeper to search the job. Because you've already established relationship with your parents. It's not difficult if you are senior. Yeah, so it's to search with the job. So the risk level there is unlike the situation where it's like an example, your knowledge in that industry is limited. The risk is also very also limited knowledge and it can take a lot of your resources also. So all these factors actually influence the risk. What mindset we will talk about this mindset and growth mindsets? What factors actually influence and contribute to growth mindset? Yeah, so okay, so the growth mindset one has to do with taking organizational culture. Yeah, so you can work in an environment and you yourself you really feel tired to listen or to think. But you find yourself in an environment and everybody's speaking sharp, everybody's doing something, everybody's there. It even motivates people to also try to do something. So the environment, the organizational culture can contribute to that. The vision, mission, and even a strategic plan of the company. Some companies have their vision and mission, but they don't have strategic plan. I've been in the class, you even ask someone what's the mission of your company. They're like, hey, let me go and check this. Online, they see people are not organizational citizens. They don't even know the mission and the vision, let alone to know a strategic plan. So when we don't know where you are going to, how can we really contribute to what we have to do? So these and other factors are parts of it. Okay, so I will end maybe you can also yes, revenue incorporation of the core values of the company can also contribute. Yes, this is how we incorporate the core values. It's not just by mouth. Yes, that is you have to limit something. You must limit. When you believe the core values of the company can also do having that's fantastic. We also have incorporating the core values from the leaders. Yes. It's that sometimes it becomes a problem. We want our followers to perform better. Or we believe that what we have put on the we don't really practice benefits because they kind of a business minded. My followers don't see a representing the organization model. Those core values that I'm talking about, I don't put them to practice. There is no way I will push to them and they will follow with us. Leadership by example. Leadership by example. Leadership by example. Okay, so again, I have to what he said. I work in an administration where management realizes most of the workers are able to lose. So the HR analyst, that's the CEO. So when the HR organization to send email to my staff, that's working. So what they mentioned is, they say, no, actually, we decided that, you come in. So we came and decided, and they say, after certain, we should just post it. What does it change everything? I'm telling you. So the moment he both know that CEO gave to breakfast and then he signed like the following day, Everybody was like, okay, sir, I'm going to help you. I also work in an organization. I was transferred somewhere as a manager. Another manager was in that branch. He was moved to another place, and I was actually at 4th day of resumption. I was in the office as early as 7. And he started go to work at 7:30, 7 o'clock and the office. I saw that people are working majestically from 9:10 to 10. So I said they should bring the attendance record. I looked at it, I changed the attendance record. I came to work the rest to 6:15. So by the time I finished talking, about 3 people have not been. I closed none of everybody that started came in, they couldn't go up to work. Everybody was shaking. They started calling the company. We have a problem here. And you know that the problem was in this one. The first day he came, the next day he got lunch for everybody. He's very friendly. He smiles. He asks you to do well. He encourages us. But they realize something. He doesn't joke with that. And when he goes to that, he's not ready to negotiate anything in change. I did this thing for 2 weeks. The 7th week, everybody started coming to work. 7 o'clock, 7:50. Somebody will do consistency. They are at the gate waiting for the office gate to be open. They say they don't know. This man leads to their son. I haven't queried but as to what I meant, I said no, it's not going to work. So when the new manager came, we had a meeting. He told them that yes, every manager has a way of you people were working with me. I was treating you more like brothers. But this one is different. I have worked with this man for more than 3 years yesterday on my head office. He don't even know his wife. I got to be treated you nicely. Yes, you come to me, whatever you want, they will give to you. Although I do with the company's titles. That's we tell you from that day, everybody changed. My brother started coming to work 6:15, 7 o'clock. When he's going, I will buy him lunch, I will dash him transport. The driver used to come to work around 9. The person is to work, which we come to the office, we'll be waiting for the driver. They're making the jack is a special person. Don't want to touch the jack. All right. So on this notes, we bring it to a close. But I want one person to tell us what one thing you would do differently next week based on this question. One person. Online. I think offline people have been talking. So online, one person, based on what you've learned now, what would you do differently? Anyone? Yes, William.
Yeah. Can I go on?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
All right. So what I've learned and would do differently is the growth mindset. I think it's very, very mind-opening to me. Yeah. So I've come to realize through this program that if I have a growth mindset, I will not be afraid to change the status quo. So everything, this is how we do it all the time. This is how we do it all the time. I'm going to do something different and be innovative and think outside the box. That's what I've picked from this program today that I'm going to apply.
Okay, thank you very much, William, and your award will come. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so it's nice meeting all of you, and I'm glad to session with you, and I also enjoy the class. I like your participation and your contribution, and we hope to meet some other time. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I said, before we leave,
Hello.
Please. Okay, so just a quick one. Please, the class itself has not ended yet. We have just about 10 more minutes and then we'll be out of here. And we are taking a submission from one of our in-person participants, and then we will have our executive director to give us just a brief word about how to be able to take the course if you want to take the course, and then that will be it for today. So please let's not leave online. In the next 10 minutes, we'll be out of here. Please let's take the submission from our in-person participants, and then you give us just like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll end the session. Thank you.
When you are transferring your link is there, and you have an issue with the team, and go then your petition or then another before you began to it was the first 1 week was another celebration. Okay. Then I changed the attendance record. Really said I started going to that was the matter. And as we entered the jury, I told them I appreciate each and every one. I was remember, and I will at the case, and also if they open to the lives to be able to run the I never spoke about coming to the workplace, but they will say that this man they are working with is not somebody when it comes to time, he's very conscious with his time. Just like today.
So I'm not cutting it out for the sake of our online participants. Let's just have our boss to speak to them, then we can continue the discussion.
Yes. All right. Good evening, audience online and in person. I just briefly want to. All right. I want to briefly speak to you about our programs that we offer here at CPC. All right. Here at CPC, our main objective is to empower professionals, right, to elevate your career, to create that impact that you really need. All right, we provide basically professional certifications that are globally recognized. In addition, we have short programs and corporate trainings that we also provide. So we have certification in project management, we have management programs, we have leadership and strategy programs, short course, all right, as well as our corporate trainings. All right, once you take this program, right, we will give you a certificate to show that you have participated in our training here locally. But once you write the exam and get certified, these certificates are recognized globally. So you can use it here in Ghana. When you find yourself in North America, Asia, Europe, they are also recognized there and you can use them. And in addition, you have gained some valuable skills. Our training is not just pure, it is hands-on, and I can see a couple of alumni online as well. By the time you leave, you will see that you have gained some additional skills and some qualities that can improve or enhance the work that you do. In addition, your earning potential will also be on the rise. If I was earning, let's say, 4,500 as a non-certified person, now that I'm certified, I'm working, I'll raise my shoulders as if I have some passion. All right. And value needs to go up. And you know, sometimes you can find yourself in a cafe, people are speaking, you are quiet. Why? This person will mention my name, I am an engineer, so and so. I am Dr. So and so. And when you look at yourself, all you have is your MBA and or maybe your first degree, right? To come out and contribute with that confidence, right? Because credential-wise, you are not there. Right? So that will also elevate your confidence and competence. Now, and look at our trainings in details. And just give me 5 minutes and I'll end. Right. Apart from our customized or corporate trainings, the certification programs, we have the Certified Management Professional, which is awarded by the Canadian College for Leadership and Management. Right. And the good thing is the program has also been amended. We've tweaked it a little bit to now include areas in leadership and strategy, and also data analytics for managers. All right. So that when you are done, we've given you a complete package that you can also apply. And then we have the project management professional awarded by the Project Management Institute in the USA. All right. Then we have the chartered management specialist. That is for more experienced managers. If you have 5 years of working experience, that is fine. Or if you have taken the CMG, right, you can also take the chartered program, right? And the chartered status is awarded based on your experience and the knowledge that you display, right? So at the end of this program, you will write an internal assessment, where that will be with the facilitators, all right? However, there will be a business paper, some sort of short article, a 2-page, that you can publish maybe in BNFC, all right? And then that same article will the certification body together with your qualifications. And then based on that, they will award you the chartered status. And aside that, the consultancy services. I believe you've all seen the pedigree of facilitators so far over the years. So once you entrust any projects or consultancy work in our hands, sure that you get value for your money. All right. Now, the investments you make in the programs, all right, the certified management professional, the tuition fee is 5,500 Ghana cedis, all right, which we have installment payments for all our programs. For project management is 3,850 Ghana cedis, and then for the chartered is 7,900 Ghana cedis. But if you are an alumni, you will enjoy some discounts. All right. So you'll speak to Mr. and she'll give you a very good discount, very juicy one. All right. So kindly take note. Right. In this era where the only thing that is constant is change. All right. We need to learn new things. We need to upskill and elevate our career. All right. I want to say thank you for having us. Note that the programs are internationally recognized. So that means it's not just only based on the experience of the facilitators. I follow a roadmap that is globally recognized. And the facilitators are experienced industry people. And so I'm learning from someone who solve the same challenges, problems, or taking advantage of opportunities that you face in real life over and over. There is a saying we have in Ghana, experience is the best teacher. All right, so learning from them, they are not just ordinary facilitators. These are industry people, all right, with all the knowledge. And as I said, it is hands-on, practical. By the time you are done, you know that you have something valuable in hand. And then, because we know you are all working professionals, we schedule that you either come in person or you join the online. And every weekend, it's up to you for you to start, right?
Aside all that, we have created a strong community of professionals, all right? And we will be launching out strongly very soon, right, of management professionals. So there is an association, an alumni group that you could join, share ideas and knowledge, and we'll be having quarterly breakfast meetings and all that, all right? So thank you so much for having us. You can always reach us 025-704-2398 or visit our website, certificationsghana.com. Right. Thank you so much for having me and have a good evening. I need you now.
Okay, thank you very much for staying with us. So as it's been rightly said, if you want to take any of our courses, please visit our website, certificationsghana.com, and then click on the apply button. You see the courses that we offer. If it's PMP you want to take, if it's CMP or the same program that you want to take, please click on the apply button and then you can register. We wish to see everybody online who has not taken our course yet. We wish to see everybody in class for our next session. And so thank you very much once again. The in-person participants will want to still go ahead and discuss. And so that is the beauty of coming for class in person. There's a lot to interact. We are seeing each other, and so the interaction is very massive. And so that for the online participants not to be too bored, we will leave the online participants to be closed for now. And we want to thank you once again. But as for the in-person participants, we have some small refreshments also for you. So please don't leave us. We will sort you out before you leave. And so the discussion continues for our in-person participants. Thank you very much and have a great evening.
He's doing so. So I listened that was the first one. It was so telling for me to be talking about someone coming in for when I am just living it. So what I did, I still understand how many work heaven. The official working hour is 8 a.m. But I mentioned in the office by 7